episode number 8. I'm in Andrew Cormier couldn't be with us here this week. Andrew's out. Andrew's actually in the reserves. Big shout out to you, Andrew, and to everybody doing that for this country. I'm a big supporter, always have been, and again, people like you, for people like you, we couldn't do this shit we do day in, day out. So big props to you, Andrew. So by the way, again, what's up? I got my man Ryan Massoud here with us again. By the way, and OG, Dave John, better known as Jughead. To all the people who know him, Dave, what's up? What's up, by the way? So Dave came on today. I've been wanting to get Dave on this show for a long time. Dave, my guy, but I'm looking for sports info. He claims to know more about sports than I do, but it's just forgotten more than a lot. So yeah, I mean, we like to just get right into shit, Dave, as we're doing this show. You're replacing our Red Sox. What do we call him? Boozy, lover, hater, everything. That's yeah. He actually has the Red Sox higher on his love list than his wife. I think they got it on the show. Yeah. So it's number one. Actually, I don't know. You might want to talk to him about that. But Dave, that's the Red Sox that will bless him back. Yeah. Let's get into this. Your beloved Red Sox. Yeah. Overall feeling on your beloved Red Sox. Frustrating, but be patient. They're only 2 games out. For as bad as they've been, the offense is going to come. Okay, before you keep going, when you say be patient, they're only 2 games out. That third wildcat now, remember, to me, it kind of dilutes the end of it there because now almost every team is still in it. Yes. You get what I'm saying? So technically, are they still in it? Are they? It is May 17th. Yeah. The Atlanta Patriots, they won the World Series with 5 games under 500 at the All-Star. It's basically a fun sport. You get hot at the right time. Again, I think they're 2 bats away, whether they can be a bat in the minors, a minor swing that needs to be made. There's lawn chairs in places that the lineup is just true the way it should not. They great defense, the pitching is there. For some reason, they lost. They got their own runners, and they're patient. Remember they saw right pitchers? Yeah, that's gone. I didn't understand that. I mean, the other team, but Zach Wheeler had 33 pitches through 4 innings. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. Ryan, this beloved team, they don't hit home runs. I'm telling you, it's a big problem. Going into the season, I didn't feel great about that lineup. Like I was against when they lost Bregman, I really liked Bregman. It's not like tearing up for Chicago, but I just like it felt like the leader on the team. The pitching, they've been great. I like what I see with the pitching. I like Hurley, I like Foley. I thought some very good at least. He's all right. Ranger Suarez was a good ad. Chapman's still good. But the lineup just leaves a lot to be desired. I putting up any runs every time I see get wins, like the 2 where they're almost won the game, like last night. Chapman was all over the bases. They're just eking them out. But I agree with Dave that it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. They're only 2 games out. They played 45 games. It's a 162 game season, right? So 45 games is it's a good barometer. They say once you get into 40. It's time to okay, Durbin didn't work, send him to the minor, do something else. I'm sorry, that was a bad decision. His awesome stuff talking about Red Bull has been okay. But that was a bad one. And again, you're at a point now where you can't continue. Something has to happen. You can't just continue to keep putting this lineup up. You can't. He'll lose his job. He'll lose his job.
And I don't know if there's anything coming from the top down. It's just not working. The hitting thing, whatever they were trying, they were talking about having 3, 4 guys that are going to hit 20 home runs. They're not going to have any. A Brandon, maybe. Oh, well, actually, what's his name? Might get 20. Sarah's might get 20. You know, but that's it.
Yeah.
It's Durant. Again, Andrew, where I bud, I'm starting to feel it, man. That dude sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just.
I think it's from the story.
That story sucks. Like, do something. I know it's whatever. I don't know if you guys heard this week about that Mike Trout thing. I mean, I would love Mike Trout again. For
Bale and Durant.
I would, honestly, you know what I would do? I would go buy them their luggage, and I would pack their clothes, and I would send them. And it's not just because of Mike Trout. It's to change something up. I mean, even Mike Trout would be great on this team. I know he's all, it's what they're missing from Bregman, and it's what you brought up. It's not so much what he does in the actual lineup. It's him being in that dugout, in the locker room. Trout would be great, but unfortunately, Trout didn't work. But Trout has a no trade clause. Trout will not come to the Red Sox. He's not the Red Sox kind of guy.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the Red Sox kind of guy.
What is it? It's a player.
That's the other one.
That's not it. Yes, but that's not what it is with him, bro.
He doesn't have the right.
I think he does. What I think he is he ain't about, and I'm not just saying Boston, New York, LA, like he's in Anaheim, but it's different out there than this Chicago. From what I hear, he's not that type of guy. My understanding is he wouldn't want to play in Philly. As he's from Philly, he's a Philly guy. He's like, I don't know if he's from Philly, but I know he's an Eagles. Huge Eagles man. So maybe that's why they named him the Eagles. We're still gonna get into it with Dave about the Eagles. That's right. Indiana City. Hey, Indiana City. That's something. But hey, one thing, by the way, I do want to say, we're here at the new partners legacy group over with Keller Williams, South of Tampa. Big thank you to Keller Williams and the legacy group, Scott, Anna, and all the people over here. Over here. I think I know them quite well, but honestly, guys, thank you for letting us do this here. Anybody want to buy a home, rent, sell, come down, let us know. We'll take care of you. We kind of know what we're doing down here. But again, thank you, Scott, and for letting us do this down here. So again, it seems like our Red Sox love is kind of weighing us down a little bit. I think this is what I'm going to call it. It's just so frustrating. It's just so frustrating with the team, with the ownership group. You know, the fans are so loyal too. And that's not a problem. Right. But what does it do? It doesn't happen. Even you, Dave, as like, I know Dave, and one thing I had to tell him, I had to send him a text, like, no politics. No, but what I'm saying is, I know you, and you say, don't go, and Dave won't go. He's the type of guy that, you know, he won't. But there's always something watching. You see a Red Sox shirt that you like. You know what I'm trying to say? You have to buy it. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. And we're all to some degree like that. You know what I'm trying to say? So what the? You guys hear about this? It's a rumor. I don't think it'll ever happen. About Dave Portnoy putting a group together. To buy imagine Dave Portnoy owning the Red Sox. No, he didn't sell it because 100%.
They own all the property around.
Yeah, no, it's just, and what's funny is now we're going to do it in a while when LeBron signed with the Celtics this offseason. he could just go to the Fenway group meetings right down the street. So let's get, so that's gonna be the next segment, not next, we'll talk about it in a little while. Yeah, we're gonna get into, let's talk about the Celtics next a little bit. So, their off season should be interesting. Okay, so we're gonna get on this Celtics topic. We're gonna try to get through this kind of quick. Celtics are done to be. Yes. Well, I'll go with you first this time. And I've been, I'm disappointed in this session was losing to the Sixers. What do you think?
Well, I am man up a bit when I'm wrong, and I clearly thought that they were just going to blow through the 60 off, but I thought the Knicks were not track. The Knicks look awesome right now, so that's off to them. It's coming off. They sweep the team that beat us. I think that if they had played, it would have made a difference. I think they might have gotten by that series at least, but I feel a lot less good about how the Sixers got in by the Knicks, and I was talking very poorly about the Knicks. So I don't know. I don't know that they need to make a ton of changes. I still think that they got a team that can win, but obviously they need something. When I was watching that series, without Tatum, it was just Brown. White looked kind of horrible in the playoffs. I was a big White guy, but he didn't look good. It's the only guy who looked offensively good was Pritchard and Jalen Brown. Pritchard would have to score whatever he wants. So I don't know. I know there's some rumors swirling about that. It's the time of the season where it's all rumors. I've never been personally the biggest Jalen Brown guy because I've always felt like Tatum was better than Jalen Brown. But Jalen Brown was extraordinarily good this year. But I don't know if it's the right time to split them up or stick with what you got. There's going to be a lot of questions to ask. It's going to be an interesting offseason to say the least. But I don't know. I still think that they're a team that can get to a championship. I think if they were playing the Knicks and they were fully healthy, it still would have been a good series. But now, after watching how it played out, I would think maybe the Knicks would even beat them. Who knows what happens?
Right.
But I still believe in them, but it's tough with those that.
Dave, what I'm hearing from him, hold on, I want your opinion on this. What I'm hearing from him is if I was traded in, I posted it. Would you trade Jalen Brown for Giannis? He's kind of floated around with the question. He didn't really answer it. If he would do it, I could if you want. Did you hear him? What is the answer? What do you think?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff swirling, right? So I wouldn't just be able to be at one move.
But it's just ultimately, I can trade Jalen Brown and you get Giannis back.
Yes.
Dave? No on that.
No, I'm not a fan of that. The Celtics are a soft team. They got bullied by the Miami Heat 3 years ago. They got bullied by the New York Knicks last year. They got bullied by the Sixers this year. They need to add toughness. If that means you got to get rid of Peyton Pritchard, because he's a defensive liability, you cannot have him in the same house on the court at the same time and still be exposed. They need somebody who can guard Maxey, Brunson. And that's the at least, let alone when they started and trying to beat the West. To me, everyone's in a rush to break these two kids up, and the below kids in the right. It's in the right. Okay, it's the 11 even now, right? 10 and national guy, which if let's see. They won the team.
I think it's on its course, I think it's on its course. I've never been the guy to get rid of him, but
I think there were other avenues other than Browns.
They got the one you brought it up. I don't know if you heard that somewhere.
No, it's just one I think. I kind of like that. It's in the numbers. I kind of like it, and Devin Booker and Jason Tatum are buddies. I don't think it would be, and he is also a facilitator. He can run point. He can be an upgrade over Derek White.
Yeah, but you're not giving enough White in this deal, right?
No, but Derek White could that shoe they did make.
Oh, right.
So absolutely, but this would be like
I actually like that. The rest of that deal was
Alexander Brooks. That was rough. He would be able to guard the Nazis, the Brunsons, even, the kid from, the Wiz.
Oh, yeah.
And, the old league, yeah.
You need somebody to guide money, because that dude.
Another side of the no, and.
You know, I do
And
kind
they
of
looked at him, Williams, a 24-year-old center who's had some injury history, but they liked him before. What was that back when he was Chicago? It was
Yeah,
so
they had yeah, they had interest in Charlotte when he was in Charlotte for some time. But I do remember that.
Great toughness.
Seemed to me
The township doesn't have.
to me as much as anybody can say whatever they want, dude. You're going to trade Jaylen Brown over Tatum. I'm not saying they. I think they should as well, but there's the argument could be made that you maybe trade Tatum because Tatum you're going to get more. I still think in return as well. Not only that, some people feel, and it's been an argument around here. You know, Jaylen. I don't think Jaylen Brown's a better player than Tatum.
He's not.
There are people who will say that.
He has to work to try to be
Right.
almost so to speak. But
For
it's really important.
me, I think if you trade Jaylen Brown, whatever the deal is, I would agree with you. If you could trade Jaylen Brown and you get Giannis, you make that. I just think Giannis is a better player ultimately, and I think it could help the team with that inside-outside game now. But will Mazzulla change?
You need to this group, okay, if you do that, you need to get a pass first pointer who's going to be able to get the ball to Giannis in the block. That point is not that.
Yeah,
That's not the same.
so that's a Mazzulla thing too.
But Mazzulla is a chaser.
Right.
I think he's a great coach. I think he would be able to adjust.
You have to. If you get Giannis, you cannot play this game this
But this is not only Joe Mazzulla. Stevens was the same way. Yes, they are providing more.
Yeah.
They are providing more.
Well, but it's that whole analytics shit that keep shooting. Eventually, they're gonna go in, and if the 3-point is worth more than the 2, so it's just a philosophy that you could agree with it or not. But if what I'm saying is, and I don't know what your opinion is, if you do get Giannis, like you think it would be a good deal, they have to team, right?
Yeah, because he's not a great shooter.
At all.
Yeah, and lost on 23. It doesn't make sense. The truth about is you're setting yourself up to be able to play the Oklahoma City Thunder with Chet Holmgren and on the side. And then when they you have to bid, so right, these guys. They're gonna be the next 5 years stacking for
Jaylen Brown, as much as the great kid Jaylen Brown, great kid, like MVP caliber, and the numbers were there, the team record was there. In all honesty, Tatum might have had 3 seasons that were better than this year that Jaylen Brown had, maybe 3,
yeah,
right?
yes.
But it's like people for some reason take Tatum. I don't get it. I don't get it. Should he have played in that last game? I think so. People are saying it was him that, I don't know, could he have played? Dude, if that guy would have played, I think he played.
See, the thing to me, okay, if he would have played and they would have won, the Knicks would have done the same thing. So there's something there what they did.
I don't know.
As much as you don't want to realize, they are not. The Knicks were built to beat the Celtics, and
Ultimately, it came down to, and we'll move on. Ultimately, it came down to me I brought it up. I think in the, it wasn't going to be Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to me, and it was Derek White, Richards. They just didn't come through like they needed. Yeah, like Knicks had that. The Knicks had that I think compared to what the Celtics had, and that's why you have 2 max players, and that's what it does. When you pay that much money for 2 max players, it it hurts the mind.
This show, you go. I would not get rid of it at all.
Maybe that's so. That's gonna end our Celtics segment. Bruins, sorry guys, we're just I don't know. I'm just not interested right now. Honestly, whatever. Dude. It's not appealing to me. But whatever. Fade everybody.
Started at a front office. That's what you should.
Yeah, I know. But we'll get into our beloved Patriots, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Beloved Patriots.
Yeah.
They just disappointed me tremendously in something he said, and we'll get right at that as soon as we come back. All right, Patriots. My disappointing moment in day was we were having a discussion before we came on here, and he told me the Eagles were basically he likes the Eagles almost as much as he likes the Patriots. Right? That's kind of what he got.
My favorite NFC. My God, all the way down to oh, Randall Cunningham. That's what.
Yeah, I don't think they said I got off the page.
That's disappointing. You don't know how disappointing that is to me. Like Dave is my guy. You know, I was like I said, me, don't lie. When the Patriots stopped, remember? We used to like watch the game. And like by halftime, we're gonna watch it. We'd be outside and it's something. This was just like so like it's something. But we watch it. I mean, and I still say the play that I never forget was Kevin Turner. Remember Kevin Turner catching that? That's it was like I started watching that and shit. I don't know. It was so people talked about you know, and I'm getting off topic a little bit with the Patriots. People talk about you know anybody who's been since '01, right? The Patriots have been amazing. You know, even you know, we went through this little shit about 4 years, whatever it was. They've been great, you know. As a I just you know to keep this G-rated, but whatever. As a Patriots fan, like you know, I get it. Other team fans sometimes when they say they hate that hate they have on the England fans, because you know it and I know it. A lot of these Patriots fans out here now.
I know.
Yeah, they weren't Patriots fans. They were wearing San Francisco jackets. I remember it. Like, you know, all the teams, the Steelers jackets, they were cheering for these other teams. And then the Patriots. Oh, wow. Meanwhile, we were sitting there, dude, like, oh, this team sucks, man. You know, they suck. And then the deal was Kraft. Once Kraft bought the team, it you know, getting ourselves, that's when it all,
Well, that's in the sky before Ohio.
right. But I think just that whole, that whole time, you know what I'm saying? That's when the team completely changed. Ourselves, Kraft, and that's what kind of did it. But I get when people hate on the Patriots for that. Because as a like guy who we used to sit there and be going for what was his name? Dick McPherson. Remember Dick McPherson?
Rod Ross.
Oh, Rod Russ. That was the one win season, Rod Russ.
Oh, we got lots of them.
Yeah.
We was
Right for Lions. Ryan, right. I could go to those games at Sullivan Stadium. Remember those benches? And you get in the game like nothing, no VC, no day of game, buy tickets. It was crazy. On those benches.
I bought some $10 a year.
Well, that is just kind of cool.
I'm gonna take $10.
We saw that really that what's that special insurance that they get? Senior citizens?
Yeah.
Yeah. No?
Oh, that was cool. So the word is set.
Is that just for black people? Is that what it is? So let's, I don't know what the hell we're talking about. So let's talk about Patriots. Dave, we talked a little bit about the draft last time. What's your overall feeling? Now a little bit of free agency. Talk about the AJ Brown thing. Seems like he's already here. I don't know. apparently the guy's in Boston looking in his wife's looking at school or something, right? He was in Boston last week looking at a condos in
Seaport.
the Seaport.
Oh, really? Well, I wasn't in that airport.
No, no, that's definitely not him as an airport. But so what do you think?
When AJ Brown's Patriot, then the cross. Right now, I don't know.
No, but let me ask you this. Town in 18 months. How big on the team? How was the offseason?
Oh, I think it's absolute. The offense got bullied by some good defenses. The fullback that they picked up, the tight end that they signed, the offensive line from the Jets, they just added to it toughness at the world. Their goal was to protect the franchise, and I think they've done that. The kid that they drafted in the 5th round, I mean, everyone's going to talk about the first round. I don't see them contributing too much this year. The kid at the right time. You show them all. Oh, yeah. They do, yes. Yes, I can envision him as their future right tackle.
Yeah. That's how I remember those guys. They get picked late. You know, the way that's so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
And then you watch him on film.
Yeah.
Like, pretty interesting.
It's like something you have to put it all together or something, right?
It's done good work.
Right.
But they have a great offense. I'm coach Doug Brown, and then they have,
Yeah.
you know, that. I think they're right. What they did this offseason was fill the holes that we saw in the playoffs. That those good defenses exposed. You know, hopefully another year of both Campbell versus the leaders. And he's going to be up into a left tackle.
I think I'll go to you real quick, right after being as well as talk Patriots, then I could get overall draft if you want to talk about whatever, but I think the kid they got for the first pick is I think what they did, it was kind of similar to what you said, but I love the guys early. I love the kid they took from Utah. I just think you need to protect your guy. This guy, whatever he's my
That's what.
right. And I think you add that to that. Even if he's a swing tackle in the beginning, whatever it is, to get that guy on the team, he's gonna be a good one for a long time, I guess. Second, the guy Akis from Illinois, the defensive end to me, watch out. Actually, he's like great, perfect player, just about, you know. And I love what they did. Adding AJ Brown, I'm gonna say they did all indications weird. I think that AJ Brown is the dynamic that he brings. I know you could say he's not this guy, but to me, it reminds me of when they brought Moss to New England with Brady. It's that weapon that you feel comfortable with, no matter what. You throw that ball, like you used to throw the Gronk and Moss. You know what I'm saying with Brady? It was they kind of no matter what, open, not open, third down, join out, right. It didn't matter if they're covered, if they're not. It's kind of like, and I think that AJ Brown could be that for.
He's going to make Romeo off, like body, and it's a number of great
God's sign. Oh, yeah, that's God was blessed. Yes. So, what do you think?
I think you brought up a good point right there. I've actually talked to a few people, and I make the comparison that the AJ Brown move would be kind of in line with what happened to Moss, right? Because I've talked to a lot of Patriots fans about it. Obviously, I'm an Eagles guy. I love AJ Brown. I don't feel like we're just getting rid of him because he's walk. He's dysfunctional between hurts, the coaching. You know, the way that we run our offense is more tight end based, running game based, and AJ Brown is a dominant receiver. I think that you put in that with Drake and you put him on with a quarterback like Drake May. I talked to some Patriots fans, oh, I'm worried about his knee, something like the guy hasn't really missed any time. Really. He's a beast, you know. I'm not worried about him. I think you put him on the offense with dogs, you know, on the other side. I heard James is open to coming back. You got good running backs. I heard that today. I heard that as well. I heard that as well. Leaving takes out of it.
It's just too much money.
You got dogs there. You got good money. You got a team that made the Super Bowl, and you add AJ Brown there. I don't see. I mean, it obviously could not work, but I don't see how it does. I could easily receive it. So
I agree. That move could be, it's game changing.
that's wrong. You get all in top 10.
There's another guy I want to bring up that you brought up a little while ago. That kid Hill, the tight end that they signed from the Dolphins. Have you heard him speak at all?
That's what I'm talking about. Drake May, like, oh, it's kind of slabs.
How dude? I was, man, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. Even when he first saw his jersey, he was like, this feels like a responsibility. That's what he said, you know, and I'm like, wow, I'm like, I love that kid.
I'm gonna read last night. Yeah.
All right, one quick, this one's for Dave. More. I mean, I could ask you, like, what was so as a Patriots fan, what was the better moment for you? The 28-3 game against Atlanta, or the game against the Rams in the one? But you get it's like two completely different moments because now the Falcons they won some men, you know, and oh, shit, they got 28-3. No, this ain't no way, no chance. Still, they score again, still no chance. And you know that feeling was something.
I mean, there's the game that saw the 28-3 game, I guess you could say was the better game. But the impact,
Yeah, I'm just asking. What you think? I'm just asking on the Patriots fan. What
because remember, everyone outside of St. Louis loved the fact Patriots took the Rams. You know, even I don't know that. What did they say? All the states congratulated. They were in St. Louis. They were yeah. Yeah.
the greatest show on earth. Greatest show on earth. We're the most hated Patriots rival ever. They said that. Just I don't know. I just saw it Broncos. As a team, that's the Broncos. Ooh, that's a good one. I would have seen the Broncos though. I would go to the Colts. Maybe.
I mean, not the
Jets. You know, Jets are the I like Jets. But we always beat the shit out of the Giants.
That's what it should be. The Giants. I'm just saying, though. I hate them too. I'm just saying that's is it not? He just run into it too. Because I hate them. I don't know if I'm going to do a show with them.
Well, she's
Yeah, that's actually wrong boy.
Jets are
oh god.
they're going to be one of those two teams of the AFC.
Dude.
Soft schedule.
Let's move right into the next segment. So Dave, I like to do something we call quick hits. All right. And let me see what we got here. Yeah. Okay, so as far as like watching the big game, Dave, you Super Bowl, not even Super Bowl. Yeah, you do the Super Bowl. big playoff game for the Red Sox. We watched so many of those together, dude. Actually, those days were crazy. But were you, and I'll ask you the same thing, the big game. Are you like a house guy, watching it at home with a few people? Or, like, what's your favorite place to watch the big game?
In my 20s, there, this would have been in a bar or at the city. Older guy, doesn't want to wait in line. Years at my fridge, couple of friends, focus on the game.
I get it.
It gets lost sometimes at a party, you know, when you're sitting there watching with 10, 15 people, and it's not like
Yeah. You're a party guy? I go to a party. We got a routine. I go to, Ray's house every year. It's fun. We get together. And I do a Super Bowl square thing with the family. It's fun. It's kind of our routine. I got to see a lot of the Super Bowl wins with the Rays. It's kind of cool. Like I was with him. That's 2083, and I was watching him, and he was like, yeah, we were all feeling the same thing. Very cool, but yeah, I agree that like sometimes it gets lost, man. When you're at a party, and people talking about what they did, the vacation they want, stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm a party guy, I guess, for now. Okay. All right, so let me ask you again. I'll ask you this first, as a fan. I can get a little personal here. What's your greatest sports memory?
So honestly, I'm a big golfer, as you know, right? But like, so I love all sports. I'm a big fantasy guy. I love winning fantasy stuff. I love playing fantasy, but I'm a big golfer.
Little jab. I love winning fans.
So that's fine. But no, it's like Jesus. Here's how I'm getting. I'm not on this, so I know. It goes on but me. That wasn't even That wasn't this guy. That's what I enjoyed. I enjoyed that.
It's just jab.
My greatest sports moment. So I'm a big golfer. I'm a big Tiger Woods fan because I appreciate the way he plays golf. It was unreal. I play golf fairly well, and to see what he's able to do with those throws. And when he won the most recent one, 19 or 18, he's like, just seeing how full circle he went through all that stuff, all the injuries, and I know he's in a little trouble right now, but like seeing him win that, it was fun. It just made me feel like watching my childhood hero winning at this. It was surreal. So what Tiger Woods Masters is kind of
big.
I'm pretty used to Jane. Got all the default.
Okay, the website.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
It's up there.
I mean,
It's up there. It's up there online.
can we in that game 7? Was great, but no. Default. Finishing. And finally.
To me,
Another time for a sport.
That day. Yeah. I remember that day. I remember that day.
It had more to do with baseball. It was family news. My grandfather told me, never must the Red Sox series.
Yeah, so to me, that's definitely right up there along with the Patriots. Obviously, anytime your team wins, it's an easy one. But for me, it's meaningful to me. It was, what sucks, dude. I forget years that teams did it, but it was Portugal when they won the Euro.
Yes.
That day,
When
Portugal won that European Cup. Dude, I watched that game at the bar at the back of the pub. And you watch these soccer games with the Portuguese community. You go watch a Porto against Benfica game, and they're like everybody's beefing, and half the crowd likes Porto, half the crowd likes Benfica. This day, it's all Portugal things, So it was incredible. The atmosphere. It was my dad was dealing. It was his birthday on that day. The whole place sang happy birthday to my dad. The way they are over there. Everybody loved that place, and I watched it with my dad on his birthday. Portugal winning the European Cup, and then the avenue after, remember that? It was like It was, that to me is my greatest, as much as Patriots, Red Sox, or whatever it is, that was the day for me. You know what I mean? It was incredible. That's one day I'll never forget. My daughter was driving around with the parade. I saw the video of her in the back seat with a Portugal jersey on. It was pretty,
we took the city back again that day. Portuguese people own the city of New Bedford that day. That's what it felt like.
it was a pretty cool day. So, yeah. So again, thank you, Legacy Group, for having us here again. And guys, I brought Dave on here today to, like I said, Dave is I've watched so many big games, like literally, this guy's out winning. Uh, remember the Don Zimmer game? We were in Jack's living room, weren't we? With Gabriel.
Hysterically laughing. Oh my God.
We weren't just hysterically laughing at first. We were all like, what the hell is happening? Did that just happen? It was like,
What do you say? Win.
Dude, we had so many days, so many, like all the things we watched.
But see, I asked him, I'm the direction. Says Jamie did not want this.
I know, I brought it up. I brought it up on one of the shows. I wanted this, I wanted to run. I brought it up on one. Yeah. I did not want to see more.
Yeah, it's pretty great. And yeah, Logan Mackens.
Yeah, somebody else. And next thing I admitted Dave on here, and anybody who watches knows. I've admitted it. I always want the receiver, tight end catch, this guy was always young, but Jamie, I'm telling you. Actually, he always told me Jamie. He always told me by my, what do you call that, government name? The government name. He always, I use Jamie a lot more now because, it's my name, really. But everybody goes there. He always called me Jamie ever since back in the day. So, yeah. And, so yeah, like I said, Dave, I've been wanting, and you come on in any time with us, dude, because we just have fun with this. Yeah, we don't script it. Like I said, we just kind of go, and me and Dave go way back. Like, how long again? 37.
So yeah, I'm like almost that.
We started hanging out that's like kind of probably 35 plus years ago. I met you, and it's funny. I remember the old man. And one thing I never forget, the old man was the recognized driver. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Their father. We used to hang out. It's a funny story. Like my dad, and so many Portuguese dads, they have that broken English still, from the whole country. And me and his brother were going out one night, and as we're going out the door, they looked at us and said, "Hey, who's the recognized driver tonight?" We know what he meant, right? We know what he meant. It was just, and we never, we never forgot that story. It's funny shit. That's how far back I've known these guys. So
That was like
we're getting into these memories, but I appreciate it, Dave, coming on and still talking sports. And like I said, when I have a question about sports, Dave is
that guy.
it's that guy that I reach out to,
yeah, the same to me, Jamie.
Yeah.
I know your stuff.
But that's what the thing is down here. What we're trying to do with this show too is like real memories. You know what I'm saying? It's important. Like, where were you? Where were you when this happened? Remember? Do you remember we were with the Patriots one night or so? Golden Arrow.
It's on the bar.
Bringing them some stuff, huh? Golden Arrow. Do you remember your first Eagles one that you saw? Where were you?
Yeah, I was with Ray.
I mean,
he bet that the Eagles would lose when Carson Wentz got hurt, and the Philly special game, and then he had to go. He had to run out.
I'm telling you, bro, this guy, he gives it a shot.
We made a bet. He would run out.
I was going to pick him up, throwing it, but not.
I'm just
I remember where I was when we lost. I went to my buddy Ryan and we lost. I mean, it's not still that.
It's time to be personal.
I was with Red. Yeah, where I was with Lance the Ribs. I was at my buddy Trevor's house.
I was in New Hampshire with a bunch of friends, you know, with family, young cousins. We were away for the weekend. And I was in New Hampshire when the Patriots first won. I remember where I was when the Red Sox beat Bolton. I was actually at my cousin George's house. And he fell asleep. And then I didn't. I'll never forget that. I smacked him and think, dude, what are you doing? The Red Sox are about to win the World Series. It was sucked because it was a weekday, everybody had to work. And I hated that shit.
Yeah, but it's all, worked in that city, and I worked for a bunch of Yankee fans. No, they were like, you know, they almost had the last.
All right, 508. Thank everybody for listening to us. Again, we'll be back soon. Always looking for places to do this. Wherever you guys, anybody knows a spot, let us know. We'll come down to you. Thank you again to Jughead for, for coming out and joining us to the show. We want to say anything to the 508.
Keep the faith, people. Keep the faith, Red Sox.
Yeah!